Welcome, Adventurespirers. So I wanted to chat a little bit about ChatGPT. And partly, I just think it is becoming such a conversation piece that I want to be involved and understand it a little bit more. And so I have started using it a little bit. And one of the things I wanted to focus this session on is, of course, travel planning, right? And over the years, I have enjoyed travel planning a little less these days. And so ChatGPT was intriguing to me from that standpoint. I wanted to be able to get in there and see what it could do for me in terms of saving me time, providing me with information that would be useful and hopefully accurate. I use all of those three things as caveats as well, because, we know that with AI, it is a system, a process, a technology that continues to learn and get better. So where it is today won't be where it will be tomorrow, and so forth. So all of that, let me just start by saying that I was surprised and warmly encouraged about how much information you can get and the types of information you can get if you're considering using it for travel. So one of the things I'll also say is I'm using OpenAI, which were the originators, I guess, of ChatGPT. But there have, of course, been other companies to come out. Google has Bard, and there's also Bing from Microsoft. And there are others that are coming out with, from smaller companies that also deserve love. I'm just talking about ChatGPT from OpenAI at this particular point. So in taking a look at what I can get in terms of offerings, when I put in queries around travel planning, as I mentioned, I was very fondly surprised at the types of information you can get. And as much as you can think about things to search, they're available to you. So the one thing that I want to just kind of talk about is some of the areas that I found information on as it pertains to travel planning. And so, of course, this first off, there is destination research, right? You're going to a certain place, you want to know what you should know about that place. You might want to know what are the things that you should see. You might be an on the path kind of person, or you might be an off the beaten path kind of person. You can use ChatGPT for that. The other thing that is really helpful is accommodations. If you know the type of accommodation you're looking for, if you want a small boutique hotel that you want on the outskirts of Tuscany, you can be that detailed and find a listing for what you're looking for. Transportation. I often find that to be, sometimes not accurate when I've traveled. So you can find information about what's going to get you to your location, cost of getting you there, and the option and the routes by which you might take to get there. So really helpful things, and you can do it pretty quickly. I think it's probably easier than doing a Google search. The other thing that you can find are, of course, activities that you might want to see. Again, some people really want to go the tourist route and go straight through the things that are most commonly seen. Others might have an interest. You might have a niche in 18th century art, and you might want to make your search specific to that niche. ChatGPT is a great way to do that. You can focus in on your interest and get it done. The other thing that I like too are itineraries. I may have mentioned that I went to Puerto Rico recently, and I had a small amount of time in Old San Juan. I put it in ChatGPT. I put the time of day that I was arriving, the day of the week that I was arriving, and it gave me a blow by blow in terms of hours of places that I could go. I thought that was really, really helpful to do that and do it that way. The other thing that I have found it is helpful for is, of course, some of the common things like language translation, currency evaluation, also figuring out what are the customs, what are the local things that you might consider etiquette at the location you're going to. Sometimes you don't learn about it until you've done something wrong, but why not know a little bit more than when you get off the plane than you might know before you left home? You can do that quickly with ChatGPT. The other thing that you might also want to know is, what can I do while I'm there? Especially if you're interested in culture. You can find local festivals. You can find free festivals. You can find local events that allow you with allow you to have a very customized experience to that location. The other thing that I thought was really interesting, if you have any interest in photography, they provide you with photography tips, not just, how to use your camera. I'm not talking about those type of tips. I found information on where I might want to go to take great pictures, what kind of setting, what time of day, what type of lenses may be useful. That kind of detail I thought was really unique and helpful. I may not have done a Google search for that specific type of thing, and so that was really helpful to me. The other thing that I think we may not think about as much is accessibility. For those of us who are fully able-bodied, then you may not think about it as much, but for folks who have limitations and want to understand where the bathrooms might be, or is there a ramp, you can make those kind of queries pretty quickly and find the answers that you need to help you facilitate your travel. For my solo travelers out there, you can find specific information about safety. You can find specific information about which countries are best suited. You can find information about which countries are best suited for women solo travelers and the like. And so really great ways of honing in quickly, I think, than you might find in just doing a Google search. This is going to be part one of a two-part series. I'm going to give you some additional information on ChatGPT and other resources that are out there that will assist you in travel. So stay tuned. If you have further insight that you want to share, please do so in the chat. I'll talk to you soon.